Shalom and peace and blessings. Hope everybody is doing well. So for today's topic, we have Jesus, the Rasta with locks. And I'm confirming this topic with scripture and other articles and sources as we go down the line. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. This video won't be too long, but it will be full of knowledge and truth to grab from. So here, let's get started here. So Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 2 and 3. And it says here, then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward, fire, and from his loins even upward, as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber. And he put forth the form of an hand, and took me by a lock of mine head. And the Spirit lifted me up between between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. But look what it says here. It says, and took me by a lock of mine head. And if you're not familiar with the book of Ezekiel, this is God speaking to Jesus the Christ. So this is Jesus saying that he had locks. This is Jesus, Yahusha in Hebrew, saying that he has locks, right? But I want to go here, to backtrack on the history of dreadlocks. And we all know when we say dreadlocks, or if we tell someone that we have dreadlocks, the first image that will pop up in our head would be a black man or a black woman. And we all know that for a fact, because you're not going to just say dreadlocks and a white man is going to pop up in your head. We all know that ourselves. So it says here, the practice of wearing braids and dreadlocks in Africa dates back to 3000 BC in the Sahara Desert. And these are all the African black tribes that was over there that was wearing these braids and dreadlocks. But here I want to go here to this article. This is the Dread Lab. If you type up the history of dreadlocks, it should pop up, and you should see this article. But it says here, dreadlocks and many braided hairstyles were made popular by African descendants, especially in the U.S. and U.K. Right, and it's saying that African people, right? It was made by African people, black people. But here, I want to go here to this article here. It says, this article is right here. If you don't believe me, this is in the back. Twisted locks of hair, the complicated history of dreadlocks. And it says here, however, for rosters, dreadlocks are much more than just a hairstyle. They represent a connection to Africa and a rejection of the U.S., which they term Babylon. Dreadlocks represent a renewed sense of pride in Africa and in African physical characteristics and blackness, which ties in with their belief about keeping things natural. So it's saying here that dreadlocks represent, your blackness. It represents your Africanness. It represents your identity. So we're going back to that same scripture where it says here, Jesus, this is Jesus saying here, he took me by a lock of mine head, right? And we go back here, it says dreadlocks are much more than just a hairstyle. They represent a connection to Africa, which is meaning that they represent your blackness. They represent your identity. So if you were dreadlocks, you were representing, what you were. But I'll be getting to wrap up this video. If you all enjoyed the video, hit the like button, like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to donate to the group, this is our cash tag down below. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.